Now I remember why I'm here. It's the 4D thing. Role-playing in the fourth dimension. Okay.
It's pretty good. If you can achieve that, that's a good level to be at. You can have good session.
Take it to go. Just past the drive-thru and be on our way.
You need to have like a 4D table, a 4D GM, and a 4D session for that.
You mentioned breakfast. Here, I wanted to get you some food. Fast. In a bag.
That was acceptable speed.
But now the player are also willing to be co-creator of the world and integrate, like manifest stuff that makes sense, right?
By the light of the Asiago, we must make haste.
You have to respect the setting, you have to respect the tone and stuff like that.
Will you make sure our beef stays fresh and never frozen? Dave's signature combo?
We will do what we can, son.
The 4D way, you assume that you're on a beach and that it'd be normal for it to be driftwood there.
Only the sweet things get frozen, son.
So that'd be the 4D way, and I think it's much more direct, much more cinematic. It keeps the flow of the game going much faster. You can accomplish much more in a session.
I have to end the session here. I can't play this game anymore. Sorry. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another evening with my pals. We're getting a 4D game in, revisiting The Harvest. We did this a while ago. Remember, Crispy?
I remember.
Remember? And we decided to do it as an experiment to see if 4D could horror. How do you do horror? Basically, it's more of a response to how whenever everyone plays horror, they always make it into a joke. It's like a bunch of campy shit. So we're gonna try and if you take it seriously, is it a better game? We'll see. Maybe. And so we don't really recap stuff, but we got Mr. Max over here. We got Table Runner Crispy. I'm Phil the Thrill, and we're just gonna start us out. Oh, we've switched over to EZD6 as our game. Speaking of which, this okay. All right. So
My shepherd's crook in hand. Are we okay to start?
let me start us off here.
Okay, let's do it.
My eager.
I'm super eager. I'm already in it.
Okay.
All right. Horror.
Okay. The question. Oh, okay. 1 second. Getting some things. Okay. The question of where the sun is in the sky hangs heavy as the clouds cover the sky. The dim light, or the gray clouds, is turning lighter and lighter as a gust of cool wind that carries the moist air from the storm that has just passed sends a chill through anyone caught outside. Temperatures are cold. The sheep nearby let out a cry out, speaking to each other and to their master, young Soren. Sheepdog nowhere to be seen.
I whistle again. Varga! Whistle. Then I turn back over to Johan. They're looking at a massive dinner plate-sized paw print in the fresh mud on the street. Yes, you had asked me to go and wake the town. I'll do that. I'll do that now. And I start walking away,
covered in my cloak with my helm, my sword, looking at this paw print. I turn back to Soren and I say, "You said there was a militia in town for defense duty. Now would be the time to gather it."
Okay, I'll go see. My feet splash in the puddles left over by the overnight storm. My shoulders hunch over.
Corpse of the slaughtered lamb still lying in a puddle off to the side in front of your home. The deep some ruts in the path further into this small hamlet of Reed Hollow, made deeper by hoof prints. Some beast of burden pulling a wagon.
In the rain, I put my feet next to the paw print, comparing its size. Shake my head. I move a few steps forward in the direction of the paw print, trying to spot some other one.
Leaning on my staff.
Easily seen these other paw prints.
And I try to evaluate the distance between the paw print to give me a better idea of the size of the beast.
This beast looks to be maybe twice the size of any normal wolf that would have this shape of print.
I approach the next door, the first door of Reed Hollow. Up the slick wooden steps, I bang on the door to wake the inhabitants, crying out, "A wolf! There's been an attack! A wolf! Come quickly!"
Stirring inside of the cabin. The cabin is on these kind of stilts. There's a little sort of stairwell that goes up to this to the main area, living area. The creak of the floorboards from inside of the cottage ring out as you hear as a gruff man says, "1 second, is that you there, Soren?"
Yes, I stammer back. "Yes, it's me, and there's been an attack. I have to go wake the others."
Rusty doorknob creaks at the door of Brandon, the farmer. He opens. It's a massive man, almost as wide as he is tall. Stands in the doorway, almost filling it. He goes, "What is that now?"
Prince
Spit it out, boy.
Prince in the mud. I stammer back at him, pointing at the sheep pen, and down up the street where Johann is hunched over the prince. "Come, please help! Please help!"
Crouches down and walks out, looks out.
I'm taking like some branch that I found on the ground, and I cut them in point with my sword, and I poke it in the ground next to the paw print, marking them where they are.
Rivulets of water coming down the hillside, down the path that the wolf took, or this wolf beast. Over at the cottage, a large man, Brandon, is looking out. Catches a glimpse of you, Johann.
That soldier arrived yesterday. He's there. He's marking the prince. I turn around, and with my shepherd's crook in hand, I walk down the slick steps to
Quickly
the muddy
grabs
street.
your shoulder. He says, "What did the wolf do? What did he take?" Turns you around sort of forcefully.
I point across the street where the carcass of the lamb was.
Lets you go. almost with a shove.
Slightly off balance, I quickly go down the stairs.
After marking a few prints, when I'm getting further away from the village, I stop and I stand and I turn around and I see Soren talking to this man, and I start walking toward them.
Brandon the farmer leans on the railing that surrounds this porch. He looks out at you. He's got a real grizzled face. Looks like there could be scars, or it might just be old. Large man, bearded, long hair that's kind of stuck to his head.
I make my way to the next cabin and repeat my message.
When I come close to the farmer in his door looking, I say, "Hello, farmer. Soren told me there was some kind of militia around here. You have a spear in there? It's time to take it out."
He says, militia around here. I don't know about that. I suppose I'm the most capable man. Let me see what I got. He walks into the house. Floorboards creaking underneath him. At the next house, is young Catherine is hanging some clothes over a line now that the rain has stopped.
I'm discombobulated by the young lady in front of me. Catherine, there's a big wolf, and I have to wake everyone. Please let everyone know. Please. Okay. And I turn.
Oh, hey, Soren.
It's a big wolf. It's really big, really big. And then I walk away to the next cabin.
Just shakes her head.
When the farmer goes back inside, I pull the hood off my head, exposing my short but uneven hair. And I turn around, my back to the oval, looking at what their step is, nervous.
The the thunder kind of crackles a little bit, rolling through the clouds. It's getting a little brighter in the clouds now as well. The water still runs down the path. A little slower now.
Leaning on my shepherd's crook, I continue making my way through the hamlet, announcing the news at each house.
The large house of Old Meg sits at the top of this hillside. A couple men are outside tending to a garden. Younger, 15, 16.
Stepping on the cobblestones, the path that leads up to Old Meg's house. My shepherd's crook strikes the door as I knock and then take a few steps back. Old Meg, a wolf has decimated the herd. One of your sheep is lost.
Mid-sentence, this stone kind of flies towards you. It hits you in the back of the head.
Oh.
Coming from the direction of those two young boys. And then
Cover
one of
the
them
back
goes,
of my head.
I say over my shoulder, back in the oval, I say like, "Old man, you said you were the most capable man around. There's no hunter or anybody that worked as a soldier in the past?"
"Oh, not here." He looks back at you, looks you up and down, looking a little annoyed. And he grabs this like large walking stick off of the mantle.
I look at him and I say, "Is that all you have for weapon?"
He says, walks over to a chest, opens it up. He says, "I've got a few weapons here." Inside of the chest is a number of blades, kind of like organized inside. When he opens it up, kind of displays them. And he reaches in and grabs a large, wicked-looking machete.
I nod.
This good enough?
If you know to use it, should be. But this wolf, that's gonna be a man-eater. It's only a matter of time.
Makes you say that. Shuts the chest.
I
Spits
nod
them.
all over where I marked the print. I say, "Go have a look at those print. Tell me if you saw such big print for wolf."
Well, why do you think it'll eat a man? Wolves usually stay back.
Not when they reach that side. You won't be satisfied with those little sheep.
He looks at his blade. Starts sharpening it. One of the young boys calls out to you, Soren. He says, "What's the matter, Soren? You lose another sheep?"
Angry, I bend down and the slick stone that struck my head is in my palm. In a smooth motion, I turn around and I fling it as hard as I can at the youth that said that I lost something.
Hit. I go, "Ugh." "Hey, watch it," the guy says, brandishing the garden hoe.
I take a step away from the door towards the youths. Shepherd's crook back in hand.
Door opens. Old Meg's there, and she says, "Soren." She's a large woman wearing like an apron. The smell of cooking breakfast comes from the inside of the house. She says, "I heard you lost one of my sheep."
I bow. No, ma'am. No, I didn't. It was a wolf. Biggest prince I've seen. Biggest prince I've ever seen. Oh, a wolf. I've got to let everyone know. Yours is the last house. Everyone should know by now.
She goes, "Oh."
Yeah.
Kind of wiping
militia. We need to rally. Stammer, awkward, shuffling, transferring weight from one foot to the other.
She wipes her hands off on her apron. She's looking in serious, deep thought.
I decided to go move away from the oval of this farmer Martin and go look for Soren, see what's going on with him calling on people. I see the commotion in the village. People starting to yammer. It's easy to follow the trail of where he's been. Make my way to the big house.
Old Meg is just looks like she's very worried, and she says, "Boys, come here." And the two young boys, Francis and Dylan, walk up, and it's kind of scowling at you, Soren. Dylan is like, yes, Meg, ma'am. And she says, why don't you go with young Soren and go retrieve my sheep for me?
It's ma'am, it's very dangerous, very dangerous.
Well, I know. That's why I'm getting my sheep away from that place you got.
Well, oh no! I'm sorry. The sheep are in the pen. They're in the pen here. They're okay. They're okay. I glare at the two youths.
My imposing presence show up behind Soren, catching this last bit of conversation.
I sigh in relief. Hey,
I say, a wolf that big, there's no hiding the sheep. We'd have to go and get it.
Well, I understand that, Meg says. She's like, I don't know you.
Oh, this is a soldier.
Oh, good.
He stayed with me last night. He stayed in my house.
I'm passing through. My horse got an accident nearby. I'll need a new horse.
The younger Dylan is checking out your gear. Looks impressed. Francis is just kind of wondering what to do. He looks between Meg and the two of you. Meg says, well, while I'm glad that you have a soldier here, Soren, maybe he can help you handle that wolf thing, but I think it would be best if I brought my sheep into the house for a little while.
Yes,
at least
ma'am.
until you handle this wolf problem.
Right. Yes, I will.
She puts her hand on your shoulder, Soren. She says, wouldn't want another sheep to get lost, would we, Soren?
It wasn't lost, but
Shh. I understand. Pats you on the shoulder, cutting you off.
I look over to Johan.
I have my hand on my hilt with my sword, rubbing the pommel with my thumb.
I'll do that right away. I turn and quickly walk down the steps.
I step away to take a side step to let Soren pass. And I stay there behind.
Francis follows right behind Soren, eager.
I look at old Meg and I say, so there's no veteran, no hunter in that town.
She says, old Brandon's probably the closest thing we have to a farmer. Oh, and of course, I suppose Gabriella could be a hunter. Might go find her, but she's not really more of a squirrel hunter.
I don't think it's wise to bring women to that. And I turn around on my heel and I walk after Soren.
No, she calls out, I'll pay you handsomely, Johan, if you bring me that wolf's pelt.
I step and I turn over my shoulder, put my head over my shoulder, looking back. Say, I'll get it for you if you can get me a horse.
I think I can arrange that. She nods.
I nod, and I keep walking after Soren.
Trying to put some distance between me and Francis, I make my way straight towards the sheep pen.
Francis keeps up with you. He says, I'm not really going to need your help to get these sheep, Soren.
Whatever.
I know which ones are Meg's.
But then they can be your responsibility. I call over my shoulder.
Wind picks up. It's like a whistle. It's like kind of like it's drowning out the voices, making it hard to hear.
Splashing through the puddles and the mud in the street. Make a beeline to that sheep pen.
Going on
right behind, Dylan following behind Johan.
Walking fast, catching up to Soren. I say, this village call you curse.
Yes.
Seems that they're the one that are.
They blame all their troubles on me. You're probably
Dylan
right.
Scoffs. Ha! You kidding? Soren lost a sheep. Just another thing in a long list of Soren mistakes.
I turn around, spittle coming from the side of my mouth as I scream at the top of my lungs. I didn't lose anything!
Dylan just looks at you and he just goes, he says, whatever. Kind of
shaking
and just
in emotion.
Taking a step back.
I throw my chin at Dylan and I say, like, are you going to come on the wolf hunt with us, boy?
No, I got to take care of these sheep.
Now I turn towards Soren and I say, like, this is the curse of this village. Old man and weak man and woman. No one to take care of business.
I look up at Johan, taller than me, and I just breathe heavy and then turn and walk towards the sheep pen.
Dylan stands back a ways. Francis is already at the pen, identifying the sheep. He's eyeballing Soren.
I'm just standing there, staring at Dylan.
I call out the sheep by name. They respond. I open the gate so they can start moving towards. They gather around me, know me well.
Francis comes in and starts kicking him in the butt to get him to move. Like, come on, you sheep.
I plant my shepherd's crook right into Francis's chest. Don't kick the sheep. Rage just at the... I try to calm the animals.
They maul about you, they move behind you as Francis just like stares at him. He's like, oh, well, I got to get him back to Meg.
The scream have me break my eye contact on Dylan. Now I turn around looking what's happening briefly before putting my attention back to Dylan, scowling.
I close the pen, leaving the other sheep there, all congregating around close to my voice. And I start walking back the way I came, towards Meg. The sheep gathered close around.
Dylan and Francis flank you, behind you. So kind of acting as like the back bumpers of this herd of sheep. Glance at each other conspiratorially.
When Dylan turned his back to me to walk with the sheep, I push him on the butt with my boots, trying to make him fall on the ground.
He falls on the ground. On his hands and they splash up, getting mud on his face. And he's
And I
like,
just stand
"Hey!"
up, look at him.
He stands up.
What, you got trouble walking, boy? Better run to your mother's skirt.
Just walks, eyeballing you. Francis looks back. They exchange another glance. Cool chill kind of whips through.
I go inside the Soren's hut.
I start whistling through my teeth, keeping the sheep close at hand as I make my way back to old Meg's property, expansive and fenced in.
One of the sheeps kind of pushes their head up against your side, trying to get you to pet them.
Absentmindedly, I call that sheep by its name and pet its head. Arriving at old Meg's house, I stop, look over at Francis and Dylan. Get the gate.
Yeah, we know, Francis says. He gets the gate, opens it, waiting for you to usher the sheep in.
I give a sharp whistle, send the sheep in.
Outside of Soren's Soren's place, a large booming voice of Brandon yells out, "Soldier!"
I'm inside, like sitting on the cot, chewing on some dry meat. I get up, I go to the door. So you came, you're ready.
I thought I'd look at these prints you were describing.
I point to the stick in the ground. Help yourself, I mark them there. Hopefully the rain won't have washed them away too much.
Walks over, his heavy feet splashing in the mud.
I go back inside the hut and I grab a lantern that is on the lintel of the art, and I open the oil compartment and I try to peek inside, weight it, move it around, realize it's completely dry, put it back on the lintel.
Turning on my heel away from old Meg's house, I hustle back to my hovel.
The curtain on old Meg's windows is kind of like pinched open. You see old Meg kind of peering through. She lets go and it closes before you turn. At the outside of Thorne's place, Brandon is leaning over a large footprint.
Yeah, I'm joining him.
He's got he's got his large knife machete. He's kind of like bouncing it on his shoulder.
I tell him, so I didn't lie to you, right? Never saw wolf print that big, I bet.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. See.
bigger than bear print, but clearly the shape of a wolf's.
All right. I'll join you. He stands at his
Well,
full height, towering over you, maybe 1.5 feet.
look up and I say, well, this looks going to be you, I, and the shepherd boy.
You and I, then.
I splash up on the muddy street behind the two men.
He has an annoyed look in his face as he looks over.
I just avoid eye contact.
Where's your dog, Soren?
He chased the creature. He chased the wolf. I haven't seen him. I whistle again. Varga! Here, boy! Varga! The whistle.
I look at Brendan and I say, you got any oil or any torch, any lantern, something for light? I hope we're going to be able to find it before night. But I want to be out there in the dark.
He says, stray wolf, and we're not going to be home by dinner?
How good of a hunter are you?
I don't. Not really my expertise.
Not mine either. And I look at Soren and I nod up.
Well, in the night, doubly so.
Well, it's still early. We better get moving. The mud, the rain at least, make the print easy to follow. It's not going to be so easy when we get to the woods.
I walk ahead with my eyes on the ground and the muddy prints, following them out of town. They lead up the hill, the grassy field that I had previously had the sheep grazing.
Brandon speaks up. He says, sorry about your dog, Soren.
He'll come back. He'll come back. I haven't lost anything yet.
Just laughs.
I left then still like on my sword deal, always ripping the pommel. I say like, yeah, we could use that dog right now.
I call out again. Varga! Whistle.
Only return is another low rumble in the clouds. Damn, that storm isn't leaving. Hopefully we don't get caught in it again. Or get caught in it.
I press ahead, following the tracks as they continue to make their way away from the hamlet.
Passing by a number of large fields of grain. Ready to be reaped.
Behind Soren, I ask him, like, do you know any bosque or any cave nearby where such a large wolf could find refuge? They don't tend to sleep in the open.
I try to keep the sheep out of the forest. The forest can be treacherous. We have had animals. I glance back at Brandon.
He gives you a stern look.
Some have wandered and have been lost. But not under my care. Never under my care.
Couple of people, too.
That's a true evil beast. Starting to go after people's and people's livestock. There's some devil in there. Look at Soren.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll find one if you go looking for it. Seems to be how devils work, especially around here.
I bend down in the field and I take a few pebbles and put them in a pouch on my threadbare cloak.
I'm drawing my sword out. And I'm hacking at some branch as we walk.
Approaching the as the sun continues to rise, the clouds get brighter, but stays this dingy gray. Difficult to tell what time it is. A light, very light drizzle, just kind of making everything a little wetter.
I stop at the edge of the forest. I reach into my pocket and I pull out my prayer beads. Just stop there at the edge, mumbling.
I stop behind Soren. I look at him. I say, well, I hope this is gonna help.
Yeah.
And
Me
he just
too.
laughs. Kind of walks through Soren, bumping him.
I dropped the prayer beads in the mud. The edge. Quickly bend down, pick them up, rub them on my damp pants.
Brandon's walking past into the woods, kind of looking around. Whacks at a limb.
I put my hand on Soren's shoulder. I say, let him lead the way for a while. Let's see. I want to see how he moves.
I look up and I whisper at Johan, he's making too much noise. You don't make noise.
He's scared.
He is noisy as he walks through the woods. He's like, we're never going to find anything in this forest.
I walk a few paces behind him.
Large roots kind of coming out of the ground. The pine trees are kind of, it's a pine forest. Sparsely, the trees are sparse at first, but you can see a little thicker. So you guys move further in.
I walk behind Johan, muddy prayer beads back into my pocket. I keep looking for shadows in between the trees.
The ground is a little drier, a little more dry, and some big rocks strewn about in the roots.
I point to a little like forest trail with my sword. I see such a large wolf, large beast. Would probably just follow trails. They don't like rubbing themselves against those trees any more than we do.
The thick mud from before, it's not here because of the dryness of the dirt, the shelter of the trees makes the tracking harder. Brandon continues walking through, and he's like, I'm getting hungry.
My hand like drift to my pouch where I got some dry meat in, and then like move away without saying anything. I just keep walking.
Brandon just sits down on a large root or a fallen tree.
I walk up beside
Pulls his
Johan.
back out.
A wolf can smell that. Be drawn. The big farmer, he's gonna draw it in.
I look at Soren and I say, that might be our best chance to get that wolf.
Brandon speaks up. What are you two talking about?
Nothing. I turn around quickly, start walking away, looking for a game trail to follow.
He sits down. Doesn't look like he's going to get up anytime soon. Starts biting the piece of jerky. A small trail. Looks like used by deer. It cuts through to the left.
I follow behind
Deeper in the
Soren and
woods.
halfway, like when I'm halfway between Soren and Brendan, I turn toward Brendan and I say, you'll be able to catch up to us?
He just looks at you and he takes a big bite. I'll try my best.
Don't go crawling back home. And I turn back and start walking, catching up with Soren.
I crouch down at the game trail with my fingers probing the mostly dry ground, looking for prints. Looks like deer, but it's something.
A smaller, different print mixed in with the deer. Looks like the print of a dog.
My head comes up. Varga.
The size is right.
I whistle, not loud, just a distinctive whistle for the dog, and then I wait.
So you think a dog hold the beast, eh?
You would. He's brave. Stupidly brave.
Well, hopefully the stupidity didn't get the best of him.
Yeah. I stand up, start walking down the deer trail.
I've never been on a wolf hunt like that.
A faint bark rings through the air. It's high pitched.
Varga!
Distant.
I abandon all care and run down the trail, calling out for Varga.
The roots in those stones make it difficult to run at full speed. Let me check. Fail.
I trip. I fall. I lose the shepherd's crook as it goes flying off.
Barking
jog,
continues.
I'm jogging behind Soren, and I'm gonna use my Euro dice on that. Jogging behind Soren and
Success.
I help him get back on his feet.
I leave the shepherd's crook. I forget about it. I call out again for Varga and start running again towards his cries.
I said, be careful, you wolf.
Hero die. This time I fall. I fall hard. Twist my ankle.
Elbow catches a sharp end of a root. Gives it a little gash. Take a strike.
Some blood on my hand. Cut. My eyes wet. Varga! I stumble, slower now, but still determined, towards the sound of my dog.
Heavy droplets begin to fall from like the tree limbs. as the rain is getting caught by the trees.
I'm trying to follow behind Soren, but I'm not committed to go as fast as he is. Watching my step a little more carefully.
A little bit of blood left behind where Soren had fallen. Some large leaves nearby, these kind of like big puddles, big rain catches around.
You can recognize like
different debris.
the print of the man, like in the needles on the floor that have been disturbed. And I shake my head. I say, "Oh, fucking like, Soren, you fucking idiot!"
Barking is getting closer, Soren.
I reach into my threadbare cloak pocket and I take out one of the stones I'd gathered from the field. And from my other pocket, I bring out the prayer beads, which I now let stretch out to their full length, a small leather pouch on one end. I put the stone in that pouch and I start to swing it.
The barking is getting shrill. There's an urgency to it.
I call out again,
Similar
loud.
Similar to when the sheep was found earlier yesterday. Barking is not affected by your calling out. Still continues, shrill, loud, getting closer.
Hearing the Soren like yell Varga, like yell about his dog, I'm picking up the pace a bit, trying to catch up to him. I said, Soren!
Johan only hears the sound of the rain and the wind.
I yell again, Soren!
I only hear the dog crying in anguish. I move, now focused in on the sound. Move carefully now, cautiously. The prayer beads whistle as they swing in the sling.
Behind you, all sound kind of cuts away, Soren, and you hear a deep growl. A large beast making this growl.
Eyes wide, I spin around, raise the sling above my head, and give it some quick spins.
Johan.
In frustration that I lost Soren's trail, I strike on a tree branch with down with my sword. Then I turn around. I realize, like, I don't know where I came from. I lost my path, I lost the trail. I say, oh, for fuck's sake. This forest managed to split us all three.
Soren. Stone, the prayer beads fly into between some trees and they just hit a log. There's no beast there.
I turn around, looking panicked. Then I remember Varga. I call out for my dog.
The sound is gone. The sound of the rain returns. Wind whipping through. Very colder than before.
I turn to where I think I came from, and I yell, Brendan, farmer! Then I turn in the other direction. Soren!
I hear Johan calling. I put another stone into the sling, but I don't swing it. I just hold it as I start making my way back. towards Johann.
A pop of a tree limb to Soren's left. Something's walking around out there. Past the trees. A shadow moves before you can look.
With my sword, I cut a bit of the bottom of my cloak, and I tie it on a branch by the trail.
I make my way back to Johann. When I get to Johann, I reach out and grab him. Something. I saw something. I heard something. It's close. It's
My
close. I know
surprise-
it's close.
In my surprise, I gave like an elbow in the face of Soren.
I catch it. My nose starts bleeding. Oh,
It's a fart. Who are you?
oh.
Don't jump me like that.
My eyes water. It's blood issues from my nose. Oh.
Sorry,
Oh.
I'm a bit tense.
Try to clear my head.
The rain is beginning to get a little heavier.
I turn toward the path where I think I come from. I say, I don't think we're gonna see that farmer again.
Oh, Brandon? You don't think we're going to see Brandon again?
I think he's gonna go back to his place.
I heard my dog. Did you not hear my dog?
A pop of another twig being crushed just off to the north, deeper into the woods.
I'm turning toward the noise, and I'm raising my hand in front of Soren.
The back of a furry creature kind of runs off into the woods.
There, I point. And I run after it.
I tried to grab Soren with my hand on his shoulder, my left hand.
I'm stopped in my tracks. My feet go out from underneath me. I land heavily on my butt.
So that wasn't your dog.
So you saw it too then. I wasn't imagining things.
I didn't saw it. I didn't hear it. I heard you yell after him. And then you went running like a madman.
Another pop to your right.
I scramble back to my feet and look over to the right. Wait.
Brandon walks up, goes through the trees, and he's like, there you are.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah,
Gotta say, I'm
guess I was
surprised.
able to catch up.
Yeah.
Looks at Soren, he says, got bloodied, did ya?
I wipe the blood from under my nose onto my threadbare, rough clothes.
He notices the gash on your elbow now. Did you meet the wolf?
No, I just
No,
accident. It was an accident.
you could have been blooded too, just walking on us like that unannounced.
Made a little sturdier than this one.
Johan, we've seen it. We should go after it.
All
We've seen
right.
it. I don't know if we've seen it.
I point to where I The fur was just visible through the trees in a moment. It was just there.
I start walking toward the direction.
Brandon follows behind, walking
Turn
past.
over my shoulder. I say to Soren, I say, "I've seen something move, but it could have been anything."
Let's go check the tracks.
And
I follow in behind Brandon.
Make my way across the branches. I look around if there's like broken branch on the tree, low on the tree.
Looks around. I say, I don't see anything.
I take a handful of like the pine needle on the floor, and I let them
survival
drop. And I say like, this fucking forest, like, it's made to idle the track.
There's other signs. There's other signs, I say. As I walk up and examine for broken limbs and underbrush. See? It did pass through here. Something did.
It is a broken twigs. The only evidence here. Some stones. It's kind of made a hard, beaten path here. It's like a well-used path for prey animals. Maybe among other things.
So what do you know, Soren?
I reach down and pick up one of the pebbles, put it back
Bro,
in my
we just
pocket.
saw a deer. On Soren,
No.
he's a jumpy. He's afraid of his own shadow.
I glare at the much larger Brandon, and then I yell, "I'm not afraid!"
I look at Brendan. I say, if there's deer in this wood, why would that wolf go after the sheep? You said yourself, wolves tend to avoid men unless they don't have any other option. And I turn to Soren, or unless something else is driving them.
I don't even hear. I'm just breathing hard, glaring at Brandon.
He says, I don't know why wolves do things. Just a hazard.
Well,
just ignoring Soren, trying not to look at him.
I turn my back to Brendan, and I look down the game trail.
I look over again at the game trail, back at the broken twig, and I concentrate, trying to quiet the noise in my head, blood rushing through my temples. And I examine this branch again.
Brandon speaks up as you're examining it. He says, all right, Soren, so which way are we going? Which way did you see this furry creature going?
I point up the trail. It's heading that way. It's heading that way, and it's not moving quickly.
Well, lead the way, Mr. I'm not afraid.
I turned towards Soren and said, like, I think that's a wild goose chase.
No. I walk past Johan up the trail, scrambling to move as quick as I can.
I stay standing on my feet looking at Soren get away.
Brandon looks at Johan and he says, better than just wandering around aimlessly. Starts wobbling.
I look them both move away for a few seconds.
evidence of things moving through here is all over the place now. Highly used pathway, but some definitely fresher tracks or signs of life have definitely gone through here.
I pause at the fresher tracks, crouch down, waiting for Johann to catch up.
I'm slowly walking behind. Once in a while, I hack at a branch with an upswing of my sword, more like in frustration than anything else.
Brandon is standing over you, Soren. He hears heavy breathing, feeling of murderous intent.
Not looking up, thinking it's Johann. Look at these tracks. We're close. It's hunting.
Hunting what?
I look up in alarm to see Brandon towering over me. The wolf. I'm
I know the
startled.
wolf, you fool. What's the wolf hunting?
Us.
I'm dragging behind a few steps. Now that they stop, slowly catching up. Not really wanting to.
A pop. Again, the sound of that heavy footprint deeper into the woods to the north. Brandon, clearly noticing, turns towards it.
I stand up, look over at Johann, and then nod up the trail.
Something's over there.
And I'm catching up. And I point my sword toward the direction they're pointing.
Points over there.
I crouch down, trying to look through the trees.
I make my way as quiet as I can to Johann.
And just like watching you walk past him. Where are you going?
I just glare back at him. I'm afraid, remember?
He tries to kind of stand up taller to look over the brush.
I see you and Soren coming up. I say, if we see that wolf roaming around in the day, what's our plan?
That sound, that was deliberate. It knows we're trying to track it. It wanted us to hear that.
The rain's easing a little.
I say, Soren, you're mad. It might be a big wolf. It's still a wolf.
Wolves are dangerous. They're very cunning. They also are rarely alone. They hunt in packs.
Another pop. A little bit closer now.
I tug at Johann's sleeve.
You hear that?
We have to run.
Run.
I look at
This is our
Soren. We're not
chance.
running. We're not running. I'll make him taste of my own fang. I move my sword around.
Brandon looks over at Johann and nods. Pulls his sword down. Stick at the ready.
I look in the opposite direction of the sound. I step away from Johann and his swinging sword. Get my sling out again.
The opposite direction is clearer, brighter. little bit of sun peeking through the trees. Somehow managed to break through the clouds previously.
So we need to get the wolf in a place where he cannot retreat. We need to corner him.
Maybe Soren injure it with that sling of his and return to its den.
I look at Brendan and say, I wish we would have found him in his lair. That would have made things easy.
It should be close. It should be close.
Another pop.
I think I crouching down still. I start moving toward the noise.
Yeah, stealth.
Tree.
Catch the Johann. The single orange eye looking through the leaves of a beast.
I stop and I stare back in the eyes.
Low growl. Very low.
I bring my sword in front of me.
Brandon starts kind of
Slowly.
like walking through the brush loudly.
I raise my left hand behind my back, keeping my stare in the wolf's eyes.
Soren.
I look over at the sound Brandon is making, and I see Johann's hand up. And he's frozen, staring into the brush. I try to follow his eyes.
Success. Little snarling lip. Long fang. You kind of see past the bush.
I'm gazing into the eyes. I'm judging the size of the skull of that wolf. Bigger than mine.
Stares right at you. Sort of predator looking at its prey or wondering if it's the prey.
I very slowly, my left foot start moving forward and go
Kind of
down.
like shakes a little bit. You see like its face kind of move. You see its teeth like.
And I stop again. I stop moving again. Still looking in the eyes.
Growl gets a little more intense, audible to everyone else. Brandon says, no, audible gasp from Brandon.
The slight movement of the wolf's head is enough. The sling whistles as I fire the rock.
It hits, makes a large knock sound. The register hitting some bark somewhere, and the wolf kind of leaps up and starts to run off. Big shape, just like pushing through all this vegetation quickly. Brandon says, "Oh, there it is!"
I spring to my feet and I start running again after the wolf, but I quickly give up after a few steps.
Brandon catches his foot on a root, falls over. Big crash into the woods. Some birds kind of fly out.
I also run after the wolf. following with ease its trail.
Faint bark, that high-pitched bark comes back in your head, not heard by Johann.
I yell out again, Varga!
I swear, I said, I got this fucking guy with his like yelling at his dog again, and I start like picking up the pace, following behind Soren now.
Deep breathing of the wolf can be heard by Soren.
I slow. Another stone from the pouch into the sling.
Check.
Hero die. Make that a 4.
Okay. This time with the wolf running its full height makes an easier target. Success.
I sling the stone at the wolf. Make that a 5.
Success.
The stone strikes the wolf.
Kind of like
Johann, I hit it! I call out.
scurries a little bit and kind of runs off to the right.
I'm
Little
catching
bright
up.
red patch. Little bright red patch on its back. Blood trickle.
I'm catching up to Soren, and when I'm next to him, I stop. I say, "You hit it," you said.
Yes, I hit it. I'm getting another stone from my pouch into the sling.
I'm looking to spot the wolf in the brush, leaning down again to look below the branches.
Sound of the wolf tearing through the forest is very clear to everyone there. Some little speckles of blood making a new trail.
Point at the blood. I say, "Well, now he's going to lead us to where he want to have the final showdown."
Should be easy to follow him now. I thought I heard my dog again. Did you hear my dog?
I shake my head.
A faint bark.
There. Right now. Did you not hear that?
Johann.
Forget about your dog.
Johann also hears the faint bark.
I tear off after the wolf, following the blood trail.
I'm following behind Soren.
Trail goes on for another 5 minutes. And 10 minutes.
See, he's going to stop at some point. He's going to try to lick his wound.
Probably in its lair. I whisper back.
If its lair
Still
is
pressing on.
closed. By its lair, by a river, a place you feel comfortable.
It's beginning to get dark.
I look over my shoulder,
thunder.
and I said, I tell Soren, like, "Where the fuck is Brendan?"
I don't know. I've been following this trail. Figured he'd just catch up.
Doesn't seem to be around. We would hear him.
That's for sure.
It's quite a bit less underbrush out here in the thicker forest. More trees. Some fallen trees. Rocks, roots.
tell Soren, if we don't find that wolf soon, at some point this wound is gonna stop bleeding.
That's right. We better hurry. I pick up the pace now that there's not as much underbrush in the forest. Jumping over fallen logs. Moving quickly.
Follow behind Soren at as fast a pace as I can.
The trail leads to this large fallen tree. And it goes across this this sort of waterfall area. So it's like fallen over on top of a rock face, which has this kind of babbling creek waterfall thing going on. Leads up into the hill country.
I put my hand on Soren's shoulder and I point at the scenery, the vista, and I say, if I was a wolf, I would be staying around here.
I look up where the fallen tree leads up above where the waterfall originates. You think it'd be up there?
Small bit of blood trails up the log that crosses across this small creek.
I point at the blood.
Heads up the hill.
You're right. Must be close. And it's still bleeding.
I say, I look at Soren and say, Soren, this wolf, it's different. When I was staring into his eyes, and he was staring into mine, I swear he was looking deeper. He was looking at something more than just like a potential meal. This wolf, he knows something. Something that wolf shouldn't know.
I step onto the fallen log, start climbing up.
It's slippery. Cold wind blows down the hillside, whipping up some of this drizzle and creek water. So kind of a misty, cold mist wind. It's made the log very slippery.
I look at Soren goes and I shake my head and say, the fool. And I start walking behind him carefully.
I'm all fours now, trying to keep some semblance of control as I climb this log up higher.
Halfway up the log, the low growl begins. The wolf has sat down sort of back into the hill next to the creek. And as you climb up the log, he becomes visible. His baleful orange eyes staring at you. Fully visible now. It's patchy in spots. Old looking, large, maybe a dire wolf. It's a giant wolf.
I duck my head down. I look back at Johan. It's there. I think it sees me.
I'm coming up. I look at the wolf. And I say, at a very neutral tone, I say, what kind of devil are you?
Growls at the two of you. Stands up a little bit. Stands up on all fours.
I
6 feet tall, 5 or 6 feet tall. It's very tall.
I stand up a little taller, trying to keep my balance on the log. My foot slip. And I
kind of moves towards you and watches.
I hear The
When
foot
my leg
slipped.
let go, the log hit me in the groin.
Wolf looks over the side at you, and then he kind of looks up. You're about 3 feet away from Soren.
In a panic, I let go of the log from my hands. I go up on my knees, trying to grip the log as best I can with my legs as I get a stone out of the pouch in panicked motions into the sling with the prayer beads. And I try to swing it a few times.
Growls at you.
I'll make that a 6.
Success.
The stone strikes the wolf.
It like goes back and goes that, and it goes starts growling at you, and he try to lunges at you, try to bite.
I stop him in his way. Raising my sword.
Bites at your arm, holding the sling, Soren.
I strike him.
Hold on, Soren.
The teeth sink deep into my arm. I cry out in pain as the prayer bead sling drops from my hand. Blood running in rivulets down my hand.
He's like holding your arm, his eyes like looking into your eyes as your blood falls down his jaw, taking a strike. Johan?
I take my sword with 2 hands and I, saddling the log, I try to lean forward a bit and strike at the wolf. I'll make that a 5, and that's gonna be a crit. Not a crit. 3 hit.
Death.
The raising sword. Get the bottom of the neck of the wolf. Dig deep into the jaw. Stop midway into the skull.
It stays clamped onto Soren's arm, just like staring at him. But as it dies, standing there, and eventually like falls off, bringing Soren with him off of the log.
I look back, panicked eyes, as I fall off the log with the wolf.
I'm holding onto my sword, letting it slide off the beast. Using one of my hands to grab myself to the log.
As I land on the ground, I feel something break. I look up at the sky, now dark, rain starting to fall. My breath rattling in my lungs, I say, I didn't lose anything.
The eyes of the wolf still gazing deep into the eyes of Soren. As both of their blood commingles in the stream, flows down it.
I'm looking at the bloody mess down there. I yell like, Soren, you stupid fool. And I slide down the log. In the stream, in the blood. I go over to Soren, looking at his wound. I say, "You stupid fool, but a brave fool." Go on my knee in the water, holding the head of Soren.
The rustle from the brush behind. It's the deep
Good.
voice of Brandon. Says, "There you are."
I turn around, like still grabbing like a Soren in my hand, bring him closer to my chest. So there we are. Soren's dead. So is the wolf. You know that boy a lot.
You think so, huh? Looks at him. He says, "Well, good kill. Too bad about Soren."
I grab Soren's body, I put it on my shoulder, and I say, point to the wolf. I say, "Bring that back to the village. Or at least its head."
He pulls his knife out, leans over it.
I wipe my sword on my cloak, put it back in its sheath. So the pad back.
"Oh yeah, I know these woods like the back of my hand."
How do you know?
Hacks into the head. "Sure, I live here."
I'm walking outside of the stream, with Soren on my shoulder.
Brandon just watches you.
Still on that
Blood on his
nearby
hands.
rock.
He pulls the head of the wolf up.
So look at those eyes. Glaring orange. Evil eyes.
Look like dead eyes to me. He has a bag that he opens up and he shoves the head into it. Slings it over his shoulder. The bottom of it is already wet with blood. Smacks against his body.
Lead the way.
Looks at the rest of the wolf. I was hoping the pelt would be good, but it looks like it's got some kind of disease or something. Oh, well. Splashes his foot into the bloody creek. Starts to walk towards you.
I'm waiting for him to pass me, staring at him with suspicion.
Stares back at you. As he passes, he chuckles a little.
Holding with one end Soren on my shoulder, my other end, my hilt on my sword, rubbing the pommel. I start walking behind Brendan.
The town's going to be pretty happy this old thing's dead.
As long as you give me a horse, and I'll be on my way.
Looks back and he's like, "Of course." Keeps walking.
I keep walking in silence.
Rain is pouring, washing the blood off of everyone. The trickle of blood continues to drip out of the bag. and small trickle dripping off of your armor coming from Soren's busted head.
At some point, I stop in my track. I'm listening to the wood. I shake my head. I keep walking.
He says, so you're leaving town right away then? Not going to stay a few nights?
No, I have no interest in staying. I got a daughter at home I need to go see.
Oh, yeah? Town could use a new shepherd.
I'm not cut out for it.
He kind of chuckles. Lumbering towards the town. And I think we'll stop this session.
Yeah.
That's good with you.
Yes. Let's bring back Crisp.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I wasn't counting the strike. I guess I shouldn't be counting the strikes, but
No, well,
I didn't realize
Oh,
I
no.
killed you, Crispy.
No, that was. I thought that was great. It's perfect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, I took a strike when I hit when I had
Rock.
the wipeout
When you fell,
on the gash, and then I took another one when I got bit, and then I
Yeah.
took one when I fell. And so I was like,
oh, when they
there's
threw
three.
the rock at you, did you take a strike?
No, I didn't take a strike there, but when I fell off, when I landed heavy, when the wolf dragged me off the tree.
Oh yeah. Okay, so you gave yourself a strike on
I
that.
gave myself a strike for that because I was like,
That's
yeah.
fine. I was trying to
land.
I was thinking about how to communicate to you that I didn't want you to take a strike there.
Oh, right. You could have just said
But,
roll armor or something, I guess.
I was gonna say something like you fall on top of the wolf, but then you're like, I died. I'm like, okay.
So the
Well,
big question is,
I guess you win.
I win. I died. So was it horror or was it like, I don't
I don't
know.
know. Was it?
I don't know. Well, there was no real like supernatural element, I guess, right? Like the wolf was big, but
All mundane. Yeah.
yeah. I think we stayed.
Maybe.
I like the session.
The voice of the dog.
Yeah,
The
that
voice of
was
the
up
dog,
with
right?
that. I kept on hearing the dog, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, no, the dog.
Yeah.
Gotta
Yeah.
save the
mean,
dog.
I guess we're done. Do you want me to tell you what's going on?
Yeah, I'd love
Well,
to know what's going on.
Unless like
I don't
I
know.
tell like I tell, the fact that you didn't like end after the wolf was dead and Brendan, like I said, well, he has more, right? Like, but I didn't know if you want to do out the trek to the village now with Crispy dead and like just you and I. And
Well, I wanted there
do,
to be like some threatening implications.
Yeah, I thought Brendan was going to kill me there for a
Yeah.
moment. So he was standing
thought-
over me with murderous intent. I'm like,
yeah.
okay.
Well, I was trying to. That was meant to be your perception.
Yes,
Yeah.
So, like, I wanted to kind of make the lines blurry.
that does
Your
that.
perception.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
It's like he's
Yeah.
just standing over you, but for some reason,
I see it as murderous.
you
intent.
see it. There's a dude standing over you with a machete ready to hack you in half.
I was trying to show that Soren's kind of a little unbalanced. Like
You definitely did.
I was
Yes,
trying
yes,
to do. I don't want to be too theatrical, but
Yeah.
I was trying to get into that kind of like. There's some things that maybe he isn't all right in the head. There's something not quite right with this guy.
You definitely did that. I guess that could be the end of the harvest. Do you want me to tell you the premise that I have?
Yeah, I'd love to hear it.
What do you think, Max? So you guys premise?
Yeah, I think we could end there, right?
Okay, so there are 3 members of the town.
Yeah.
One of them is Old Meg, one of them is Brandon, and then there's another one
Oh,
that never got
Gabriella?
that hadn't gotten introduced yet. It was going to be another
Yeah.
man.
Oh, another man. Okay.
Oh, no. I think I was going to end up making it Beatrice, the
Oh,
Weaver.
Beatrice.
Hunter?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, they are in some kind of murder cult
Yeah.
where they have to
Like
like
very cool.
ritually kill somebody for the harvest. So it's
Oh.
just something they do.
Oh,
Yeah.
And so we never got there, but
cool.
there's like this girl who died.
Yeah, and they blame me
I
for
should
it.
have introduced it. Yeah. They blamed you were the scapegoat for it, but it was
I
really this murder
was.
cult.
And I knew it wasn't my fault that she was
Yeah.
dead.
And
Yeah.
so that was the dream you were having with like the blood will close the
Will
wound. It's
close
supposed
the
to be
wound.
like it's supposed to be this like chant that they say while they're doing it. And you were there. But
Okay.
like they fucked with your head in some way.
Right.
Anyways, the wolf was going to lead you guys to the ghost of a girl. There was
Oh.
going to be supernatural elements. And then
Okay.
because she is trying to communicate to Crispy through the dream.
Mhm.
But it never got there. It's just a wolf. So
Did he get
Just
killed
wait.
too fast?
the wolf?
Yeah.
No, I didn't care what happened. I mean, what happened, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so he's leading you back. You took care of killing Crispy.
Mhm.
And like, so, and this wolf is known to the three because he's like this guardian.
Oh, so the wolf
Of
is
this
not
ghost.
hostile.
No, the wolf is like this guardian of the ghost,
Oh.
or like
Oh,
the
okay.
agent of this ghost. And so they know the
Oh, yeah.
wolf is like a curse.
Yeah.
So that's why Meg was like, "Oh, there's a wolf."
Oh yeah. And so that's why like Brandon was, oh yeah, we're gonna go help. And oh, maybe you take Beatrice with you.
Well, Beatrice was the weaver, not Gabriella was the hunter.
Oh, Gabriella. Sorry, I missed the.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
But whatever. We didn't do any of that shit.
That's a cool
It was
premise. I
just,
like
did
that.
we hit the tone? I feel like I don't know if we hit the tone or not.
I don't know if we had the
I feel like
tone.
we did better on the first session than the second session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's a good
because
point.
like we were like proactive in that session, right? Like we're the one going after the wolf, right? In the first session, like we're like in the shack, there's this beats outside, we don't know what it is, we're scared, it's night, it's rainy, right? We feel powerless. But now like the morning came and we decided to go, well, we need to deal with that, right? So obviously change the tone a bit.
So if Crispy doesn't die, it's a fake end.
Yeah.
And then like you guys are fighting Brandon.
Right.
Yes.
Maybe. I mean, this is like plans, right?
I was expecting Brandon to strike me at the end there.
Yeah. But you killed the
Yeah.
wolf. He was good. It was like when you guys found out.
Yeah, but I thought
Brandon
the
is
wolf.
a killer because the ghost is
Yeah.
going to tell you.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know that. I thought Brandon was like on Team Wolf.
Yeah, no, he
For
wants
some
the wolf
reason.
dead.
He wanted
Yeah.
the wolf dead.
Yeah,
I didn't trust him.
you shouldn't. He's a child killer.
Right.
Yeah. So I guess you did. You
Cool
did, like,
premise.
express some. Yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to make like Joanne like
sorry.
appear scared, but still be brave, right? Just like
Yeah.
so moment of hesitation, stuff like that.
I was glad that you found out, or that you implied that the wolf was more than he seemed, because he is. And they were trying to call Crispy with the dog, because I was like, okay, well, like the ghost is trying to get you guys to come to it. And so that's why, like, when the wolf sees you guys at the creek, it doesn't try to attack you right away.
Right.
Yeah.
And like Crispy like nails it in the head.
I did. I totally nailed it.
So try to like stops your arm.
Yeah.
Fucking Johan just murders it. And that would have been fine. It's not the wolf, it's the ghost. So
Yeah.
is this prep?
That's okay.
Well,
that's what I think. Like, it's a premise. So like with the horror theme, I want a mystery premise, but it's like, what happens? Well, what happened in this one was the bad guys kind of win.
Yeah, it's the bad ending.
Yes, the bad ending. It's
But
a bit of a, but you know, it didn't happen at a table, so it doesn't really matter, right? Now you're telling us
Right.
and stuff like that, and we can say
Oh,
like, oh, we
yeah,
didn't succeed, we have the bad ending, but it's not really real, right? In the mind of the character,
Mhm.
we have the bad ending because like Soren died, I guess, but we did kill the wolf, and Johan's gonna have his horse and go back, go leave the town. So that's fine. But
No, they're gonna sacrifice you.
oh yeah.
Maybe we should have
But,
kept playing.
yeah,
but the whole thing with the prep, right? Is it prep a bit? Yes, but you
It's
didn't
a
you didn't railroad us on it.
it's a well-defined premise.
I think
Yeah.
that's important.
This is kind of like the distinction, I think, is I think I said this before, but like these mystery / horror games,
Yeah.
they require less co-creation. Like you're
Yeah.
not allowed to co-create as much as a player character
No.
because you might mess with this
Yeah.
kind of intricate premise that got prepared.
Well,
But
I think that you struck the right balance between intricacy and being able to improvise. Like,
Did it
Mhm.
feel like there was a layer you didn't know was going
Yes.
on? Stuff was
absolutely.
okay, good. I wanted it to be
Yes.
like at least mysterious.
To me, it
We-
was it kind of came back to those two youths at Old Meg too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the I thought that was good. It kind of I thought that was good. I definitely had the feeling that Old Meg was involved, especially when you described her peeking through the curtains.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, she's up to something. I know she's up to something. I also thought what you did really well, which is it had a horror feel to it for me at least, was when you're describing me hearing the dog, but only
Mhm.
I'm hearing the dog. And then I'm not hearing
Yeah.
the dog all of a sudden. Like I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Definitely felt the ambiance of the forest scenes was, for me at least, I felt like it was kind of spooky.
For me, like at some point, like when you said that I didn't hear nothing, just like the wind, stuff like that. So like now, okay, now I lost Soren. Like I didn't hear a dog. Now I don't know where Soren is. Shouldn't be that far away. That felt also like, okay, now there's something. Oh, there's something going on, right? This wood is kind of weird. So I had like this kind of like horror vibe. I thought you were going with that at that point.
I was. It's definitely supposed to be some auditory,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
intense.
But my
intense, I guess is the right word.
yeah, my take about the premise, right? You had this premise defined, and we ended up not interacting that much with it or not exploring it because of the thing happened. So that's also like for me, that's the way I see like the premise in horror. It's almost kind of wasted. If you are more flexible, you know, you want to have like a mystery and stuff like that, and then like you can pick up on like you can leave clue toward a certain direction,
Mm-hmm.
but you can pick up on the clue of how we pick up on the clue
Sure.
and maybe lean down that path a little more, right? You know, at some
It's
point, like,
almost like a totally different game though for the GM.
yeah,
So like I have things running in my head, like I'm playing these other things, whereas the way you're describing it is more improvisational, like obviously, but
yes,
it's like you're just kind of riffing.
yeah.
And so like it's like what do you value? Do you value like the depth? So I feel like there you lose depth, maybe.
You could
Or at least for
lose that.
the GM is losing out
Mhm.
on
Yeah.
like having a real thing going on.
But that's the point, right? Like if you want to put like the role play first or the story first, right? And we on the side usually are putting the role play first, and because of that, like you know, you're not gonna control a character, you're not gonna violate player agency, so we can just oh, you have all this depth of the backstory
Mhm.
that didn't get shown in the game.
Well, I would say it's more about different interpretations of verisimilitude. So it's like
Yeah,
the GM has a verisimilitude in his mind, or is it the player that I'm making what they're saying more real, or is it the world that I'm in charge of that I should stay consistent with? You know what I mean? So it's like
it's
I would say
Yeah.
that they're both helpful to role play in.
Yeah.
It's just two
But
different styles or
Yeah,
maybe themes or tones. I
I
don't think
would
it's
s-
either of those things. It's almost like
right.
its own genre in role playing.
I don't mind at all role playing where there's a definite premise, like that
Yeah.
where there has been. I don't feel like that's an impediment at all. Now
Mhm.
that does mean that there's perhaps a temptation on the part of the GM to direct things like here's the clue, you got to get this clue or you're not going to
Yeah.
get the next thing. And I mean,
Mhm.
definitely the temptation would be there more if you had a premise like you had, but if you can exercise some restraint and continue to lean into the verisimilitude aspect of believable world, then maybe those, like what we experienced, Max and I, we really didn't even get it into that. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't mean it wasn't there.
But it's like you felt it still. You didn't know what the fuck was. You didn't know what was
I
going
didn't know what
on,
was going
but
on,
you
but I
felt
did
there was an
feel,
undercurrent, and you felt it was
yeah,
real. Maybe
yeah,
more so than if I'm just like, oh yeah, there is a militia. Oh yeah, there is
right.
like
But
This
the
is
fact,
a
the fact also,
militia.
whatever you say is right.
Yeah, yeah, true.
yeah. But the fact also, like the fact, like they when they started talking about that, right? Like, oh, there's a mission. Now you say like, yeah, well, not really, and like now they're being like kind of, and there's no, like that's also something suspicious. That was
It
suspicious to
is.
me. Like,
Yeah.
there's no veteran, there's no hunter, there's nobody serious there. Like, no man that can defend himself. Expect this old Brendan, right? It's like that's already for me like there's something fishy in that village. There's something fucking weird. Like at some point I expressed like, maybe this
And
village,
you're
maybe
right.
it's the village
Yeah,
that's cursed. Yeah,
it
yeah, I was
is.
right. Yeah, so
And
we
it's
get I
like
get the
they kind of got rid of the
yeah,
capable men,
yeah,
except for Brandon,
the one that
you
are
know what I mean?
yeah
Yeah, who
corrupted
is like
already.
the
Yeah,
killer.
yeah.
And
But
he's the killer.
like I think there's also like a line between like what is a premise and what is a plot. For me, a premise is like initial situation,
I
right? This
totally
is the,
agree.
like yeah.
Mhm.
When you start like thinking about conclusion and stuff like that, now you're leaning more toward the plot, right?
Mhm.
Right.
And you think about the depth, right? Yes, if you think a little more ahead, you can create in your head this story that has more depth, but then you risk that it won't show at the table. If you riff more, it might be like you might not reach the same level of depth,
Mhm.
but you're more likely to reach some level of depth, right?
Mhm.
Because now like once we start like having some suspicion about something, once we start like making plan or making or discussing stuff like, oh, this is weird, right? Now you can lean into that, and now like, oh, instead of like us not picking on the clue that you lay down, you pick up on the clue that we pick up, right? So you get what I mean? It's like, so
I do get
it's
what
like,
you mean.
yeah, I don't,
I would say I
you might not
didn't.
agree, but
Well, I don't know if I agree or not, but I would say that I was totally happy with you guys not finding anything out and the way that the story ended up. It was like really interesting to me because I'm like, I know these characters, I know their motivations. So it's like, oh, that's cool that Brandon ended up kind of winning
Well, and that's what
because
yeah.
but that's not going
yeah,
to happen if I'm just like Brandon's this
that's true.
guy. I need to do stuff.
That's
So I
true.
have like these things happening. I know what the outcome's going to be. So I have
Yeah.
the story at the end.
Well,
You know,
what I think you have,
maybe I am pro story. I don't know.
I think what you have though is because you've given thought to what's going on,
Mhm.
what's actually going on, you have a better handle on the motivation of those other people in the world. Like you know what they're up to,
Mhm.
which means I think you can respond to what we're doing in your head, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, Phil, but in your head you're responding in a very believable way because you know what's going
Yeah.
on with that. You're in the head of that Brandon and old
Yeah.
Meg and Gabriella. You know what they're doing, so their responses to our things, what we're riffing on, can be consistent with what the premise is, like what, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
it's
think you have
easier
a
to
better
kind of.
handle on the motivation of those NPCs.
It's 100% easier to keep track of it too. Just like it's easier for a player character to have a motivation and a goal. you
That's
know?
not the same as saying that you have plot points and that, but they may have a timeline because the harvest is coming.
Yeah.
And so there may be things that have to happen in the world. They've got to cut
My-
the grain.
My
We
plot
walk
was
through that field.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
My plot was not crispy dies.
Yeah.
Like I didn't
That's just a bonus.
I
Well,
didn't like decide what you guys were gonna do at any point. It's just like
No, you didn't. No.
I didn't even know you guys were gonna go hunt this wolf.
Right.
No.
I guess you could. I kind of would probably do that. But it's like I know it's just I know the elements. You go chase the wolf, then you might meet this ghost. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it exists.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm curious to see maybe Max you could run the other style that you're describing because I don't know that you're wrong. I certainly don't have a
I
strong
don't know either. And there's like a.
I do know that I enjoyed what I just did.
Yeah.
So,
Mark,
because
I can see that.
it helped
And
me.
I can see that on your side it could be like very satisfying too, because like like you said, like Brendan won at the end, right?
Mhm.
And I enjoyed the session as well, right?
Oh, I would have been just as happy if he lost, But it's just a matter of like I get to be in character, you know what I mean? And I'm not just like reflecting the player characters.
And we always talk about like
running
the NPCs should have their own motivation and acting on that, like their own goal and stuff like that. So I guess like that's fair.
Antagonist is doubly so.
Yes. So I don't know. Like I'm always like very, I'm always very. It's when we role play, it's the story of the character, right? It's the story of the PCs. Like they're the protagonists. It's their story that we explore. So I'm always like leaning toward more like, well, you know what, we're gonna have some cool stuff happening. I guess maybe I'm a bit like a story driven when I don't know. But like I want to figure but I also come like I want to figure out what the story is gonna be. Like I don't know in advance, right?
Yeah.
So.
But
in an horror setting, maybe it's different because like you maybe like you're more like a world first, right? When you think about like horror movies, I didn't see many, but usually like it's not really the story of the character. They're like subjugated to what's happening.
Yeah.
Or
the reason why I want to do a horror or a mystery as a player character is because I want to solve it. And if there is no not solving it, then it's almost like rule of cool.
Oh no, I can't. I think you can have not solving it. I think you can absolutely not solving. Like I don't think as a GM you must take every lead or every clue. Like I don't think you should. Like you can pick and choose. Like this thing that they have a good reasoning behind. It makes sense. Maybe I can go this way, or maybe it's gonna be a red herring, or maybe. But I think I think it's good to kind of play in that too, right? Maybe you give them a little bit like on that side, and then like it's a dead end, right? So that wasn't it, right? I think you can play with that.
And there is a little bit of that. I mean, like I knew there was going to be a big dude, and I knew that there was going to be like the other two ladies were already established in the previous game, sort of. But I knew there was going to be a big dude, and he was going to be like really important. And so Crispy knocks on the door. I was like, okay, here's big dude.
Right.
So I mean, like, I guess I have the parts, and I look for spots.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I don't think
that's pretty much like a prepped game, right? Like that's like a good prepped 2D game should be like that too,
Well, like that's the thing too, right? Like so when I say people like, well, you read the rules, so you did some prep, right? Like yeah, and I've seen a movie, so I did some prep. Like people like make it like something ridiculous, right? Yeah. You have some idea and you have some experience, and I always say like you get better as a GM as you GM more, and the experience that you have idea and stuff like that in the back of your mind too. So it's like, did you? It's not like when you were making like beat and plot points stuff like that. It's just like have a vague idea in your mind. That's not really prep. It's just like you have a brain and you're thinking about the game, right? Just like
Mhm.
Well, and I'm not against prep. Like I don't want to have my prep take away the role play of the
Yeah.
players, of course. But
Yeah.
I also have no problem at all getting some assets together, like grabbing some pictures that may come in handy.
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa, whoa.
I don't mind doing that. I
that
really don't. And no,
Chris,
I'm not I don't want
yeah.
to over prep, but at the same time, there's a good case, and I think the horror experiment illustrates this. There's a good case to be made that in some games benefit more from having a defined setting, a defined premise, like what you had, Phil.
Mhm.
It still feels open to me as the player. And it is open because I could do whatever. We could just leave. That's fine. There's no hidden wall here that you can run into and then that stops it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go far as saying that, well, because you had a definite premise, you knew what was going on in this horrible little hamlet of, you know,
It was Reed
sacrificial Reed
Uh-huh.
Hollow,
Yeah.
and they're sacrificing to ensure the harvest.
Yeah.
I mean, now it makes sense why it's called the harvest.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't even mind, Phil, if you had sprinkled even more clues. Like
Yeah.
people talking about the harvest. Is it going to be a good harvest? Well, I don't know. Last year was a really good harvest. It was a shame about that
Yeah,
girl, but you know
you're
what?
right.
It was a really good harvest. And maybe there's a little bit of
Shame about that girl.
shame about the girl. It's stupid shepherd. It was all his fault. But
Yeah.
we had a very good year, and boy, that field looks really good, but the weather is bad. I don't know. It's iffy. If we can't get that crop cut and dried, we might lose it.
I definitely agree that is a mistake I made. I should have definitely
Made it more tick.
foreshadowed the harvest theme more. For sure.
You could have.
At least
doesn't mean
once,
that we
for
would have
God's
picked up
sakes.
on
I
it.
don't think I ever talked about a harvest.
Yeah. You could have had the people try to delay us in the wolf fund or some shit like that for some reason. You could have and then we could have more exposition, I guess. We could
I guess.
I don't know.
I mean, the guys that are in charge of the town want you to kill the wolf, so
Yeah, that's the thing, right?
and just to kind of I think I don't want to overlook this aspect of it, but my prep was all NPCs. What are their motivations? Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
And I think
that's good
that's
prep.
important in most things. I mean, it's just a matter of, do you have pre-planned NPCs or don't you? That's kind of really what
I think you have to have both. You got to have some.
Yeah.
The big
I think a lot
movers
of
and
it-
shakers and
the
others.
teenagers were unplanned.
They were
Yeah,
great.
I think you can. I think with experience you can come up with NPC pretty fast and have the motivation, right? Especially the world and stuff like that, and the big line of conflict in this world. Could have had one of the NPCs that was trying to expose the cult and some shit like that. It could have maybe that would have been a way, oh, no, don't go kill the wolf, maybe somebody an old cook and whatever. I don't know, maybe.
Oh,
But
yeah, that would have been smart.
yeah,
A little hacky, maybe. Is that a little hacky?
maybe a little hacky, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little tick, right?
Yeah.
But it
Well,
doesn't mean
coulda
also we'd have pick it on it. We could have thought that this guy was the bad guy, and then we'd work for the cult again, right? We do the bidding of the cult again.
I should have made Brandon a little too eager to kill the wolf. Or something.
Yeah, maybe he's
versus
gung-ho.
kind of okay, I'll join you.
Yeah,
Or-
I thought he was on the side of the wolf at some point.
Yeah.
I knew there was something suspicious with him, but I thought he was on the side of the wolf. I thought he was he joined to try to stop us from killing the wolf.
Or we could have had the boy come back, Eaton, who was friendly with me, the one guy in town.
Yeah.
That didn't think I was a pariah. He could have. I mean, the boy could have come back and said, "No, no, no."
Oh, he was next on the chopping block.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
in case
Yeah, I figured that now. I'm like, oh no, they're gonna kill the one person that's nice to me.
Yeah. And they're gonna blame you
The
for it again, in
yeah,
case you're wondering.
And they were gonna blame me for it, of course.
Yeah.
the one thing I like, I'm probably like the one in our group that is like the most against prep, but for reason that I often
I've
think
warmed
like
to it.
people prep, and usually like it crystallizes what they want to do, right? They have those plans, and those plans gonna happen, and you didn't do that, so that's kudos on you. But then like again, then a lot of your preps don't realize, and
That is a
what
drawback, right,
the other
Crispy?
thing, I was about to say.
I mean, have you ever had a bunch of unrealized preps in the
Absolutely.
horizon?
Oh, I've absolutely all the
Yeah.
time. It seems like, especially since I do find it handy to have a few pictures to show.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'll have 3 or 4 times as many
yeah.
pictures. Like I've actually figured out how big a PowerPoint can be before StreamYard won't upload it. So like I have had lots of prep, and then it just never comes up.
Yeah.
Pictures of NPCs that may or may not be in the
But
moment.
that's also like having like a folder of portrait, right? That you can just like,
you
oh,
just
okay, I need
pull.
like, oh, this guy, and can just pull, right? Like
Mhm.
they even sell like deck of card with like face of people.
Sure.
That's not it. But
No, that's a different deck. Yeah.
yeah. But and stuff like that, like like I'm not against that. I don't consider that necessarily prep.
Another
What is
big
the argument
problem
against
with the
prep? There you
game.
go. Primeval Fantasy. What's the argument against prep, or does it require 3-week summit to define prep?
Everything
yeah.
requires
The
a
summit
workshop.
begins.
Yeah. For me,
I
prep is
think it's good.
for me, like you're starting to have preps when you start to make plans of what's gonna happen in the session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, that's what preps is, right?
Mhm.
We're just very averse to GMs railroading.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think it's a railroad when, Phil, you have a starting premise. This is what's happening in this place. Whether or not we interact with that, that's going to be up to our choices. That's not a railroad. If we had no choice but to do this, then this, then this, and then you get all the stupid story beat stuff, well, then we got to have the climax to this, and then there's a little bit of a whatever. Like I don't like that.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Storyboarding.
that's what I was saying when Crispy dies. I was like, I didn't intend for you to die, but I guess that might be railroading.
Yeah.
So,
no, you're not dead.
You're not dead,
armor, right?
I was gonna do something like start chanting "Blood will close the wound."
Oh, that was what I should have said when I
bring you
died.
back to life with the blood of the wolf.
Yeah,
like, that's gay.
I'd allow it. I'd allow it.
You could have brought the ghost there though when the wolf was dead.
Yeah,
right
ghost
there in
could
the
show
clearing.
up. Just point at Brandon. Just point at him.
It was more of like, do I really want Max to be playing in this game by himself for another?
Yeah.
Well, you just close on that horrific scene, right?
Yeah.
I wanted Brandon at least to show up.
Yeah. The other thing I want to say about prep too, before we move to the comments, I guess we need to take a quick look at the comment. I also think like it's a good skill as a GM to be able to think on your feet, and I think the more you rely on prep, you don't develop that skill as much, right? I often say that like sometimes you're gonna come up with something on the spot that might not be the coolest thing you could have come if you, but then like you think about it after the game, and then like you added a string to your bow. Is that the expression? Or
new arrow to your quiver?
Quiver, yeah. So for the next for next time a similar situation happen, now you remember like, oh yeah, this thing that I should have done, now it's the time to do it, right? So there's that as well, right? So
yeah,
that's fair. Yeah. It works out good muscles, that's for sure. That's why Ultimate No Prep's such a cool challenge.
Yeah, it's a good challenge. I don't, for me at least, it doesn't it's a challenge, and I enjoy them. I enjoy them. But I also enjoy games where there is a defined premise, and we've had a session
Yes.
0, and we've fleshed out
Yes.
the
Me
world,
too. I
and
prefer that.
I actually do really like that.
Yeah.
So as much as I'm not trying to dunk on the ultimate no prep, because I do like them, but for me the ultimate is not the no prep. The ultimate for me is a persistent world
Yep.
that we can continue to play these characters in a campaign.
The no
But
prep is a good exercise
it's a
for
good
GM and
exercise.
players.
Yeah.
But I like also like having a character that I've thought about some, right? As
Yes.
a player, the player prep, I guess.
And then
Yeah.
returning to that character again and again, and fleshing it out more each time. That's what I want.
Well,
And
no prep is a great exercise.
Yes.
That's what it's for.
Yeah. And if you want to do prep, fine. But like still, like I said, like be flexible about it and be like, don't be ready that it's not going to be explored, it's not going to be used, or it's going to or it's going to the player going to swerve and do something completely different.
So, because Crispy mentioned it, and he makes a really good point. The prep most of the time is session 0.
Yeah.
And but with the horror mystery, you can't just do it by committee and make it fun for the players. I prefer to not know what's going on if I'm playing in a mystery or horror.
As a player,
as a player,
yeah.
So I guess that's maybe the key difference between horror and other.
Yeah, I like I often say that I don't like planning mystery in role-playing game. I think it's the wrong way to go about it, because if you like, people say like, oh, do you mean a mystery game, and then like they say, oh, you have to have those clue, and you have to have the key, and then you have to have all those things, and you have the solution. But then like you're not into a role-playing game anymore, you're into a guess what the GM thought of game, right?
Yeah.
So I say like mystery happen in role playing all the time because something happened that is mysterious, and something is just something that the GM threw away on the spot there, like made something happen because he needed a push, or because like he needed an NPC that he didn't really think about to react to something, and then like player like see
or
that
he just said the wrong thing.
He just said the wrong thing, exactly,
Oh,
and then suddenly like, oh, now there's a mystery that just happened. And as a GM, when I have a mystery game, and that was part of the thing with the Witch of Duncan Vale, right? It was kind of, there was a mystery there that I didn't know what it was, right? I didn't know what we'll see, we'll figure it out, and I like that as well, like and it came with when the player, right, like go, and I don't know how much you felt that it was made up on the spot, but like
mystery was don't F with Father Sisbin.
Yeah.
Yes.
When Crispy go with when Eli go read on the book in the diary of the girl, right? And then like I managed to get out of it, and then Crispy come with his car bomb. Like, oh fuck, no, I need to come up with something, right? And that's a lot of like where the mystery came out, right? But like okay, there's something involving the father and some kind of like in the
But I feel like if you knew ahead of time, then that's not like isn't that good in that situation? You know exactly what to do.
I think you could do it that way. I think it's fine. Either one can work.
I think that they're two different viable games.
They are.
And,
maybe
it's very different feeling.
Yeah.
I don't remember the mystery of Witches in Duncanville being like the high point of it, though.
No, it wasn't.
The high
like,
point was the player versus.
It was the player versus.
It was the character versus character.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what your point is, right? It's like should be character driven. It should be all this. But if you want a mystery,
and that's something that you brought on,
serious.
Phil. That's something that you brought in the game.
Yeah.
If I came with the game like, oh, I have this mystery plan and then you have brought this energy in that game, then well, not me, but somebody could have been pissed off because now you kind of derail the game, right? You make it all about like your character and stuff like that.
Yeah, but somebody is a railroading shit GM.
Yes.
In that situation. Whereas we who are opposed to railroads, I can have a solid premise and a solid mystery and throw it in the trash as long as I don't care. I still had a good time.
Yeah.
It's fun to think about things. Like I'm not
Well,
wasting.
it was
No,
also
yeah,
fun to hear
obviously,
your
yeah.
premise afterwards, because
Yeah,
now
there you go.
all sorts of things make more sense to me. Like, okay, that's why it's called the harvest. That's why they're okay. Cool.
And obviously, like I'm not like I'm like I don't care if you have like this idea in your mind of where the game is gonna go.
Yeah.
If you're not married to it, right? Like well,
Right.
that
That's the
doesn't
key.
it doesn't harm me in any way in that sense, right? Just like
That's right.
as a player. Let me have a quick look from in the chat maybe, and I'm gonna go start from the bottom.
One thing real
Just
quick.
also, yeah.
The session 0 versus the GM solo prep, I would say the big difference is when we get session 0 and we all agree on something, it almost feels like we are trying to railroad ourselves towards the premise at times. Whereas like if I alone know what the premise is, then you guys just like playing. And I'm like, okay, well, this is happening now. You know what I mean? Like there's been times where we're like, well, that was the premise we agreed on.
Yeah.
Start like the drug dealer, and I know that was a no prep, but the drug dealer in the jungle.
Yeah.
Game.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's like the premise was we're gonna get attacked by drug dealers. So,
but like in the Horizon, we agreed upon this like we're gonna do scavenging job and bounty, and we didn't do
we had
any
a lot
of
of
those
ideas.
No scavenging. That one thing that we talked about we were gonna do, we never did it.
Never did it because we.
So beware of the secret session 0 railroad.
Yeah, and then like when we did like the Fervent Studdle session 0, which we never played the game in the end, which we should soon.
Yeah.
But I'm just teasing now. I'm the tease. But we agreed on something that I would consider the premise, right? When I say like, oh, there's this curse and it does this effect and stuff like that, because those are things that your character would know of the world. But
the setting.
Yeah, it's a setting. We didn't agree like but that's part of the premise.
But we kind of had it because we decided we would be like treasure hunters or something like that.
No, you're trying to flee the island.
Oh, that's right. Because we're doing like a smuggling.
With smuggling, yeah,
smuggling candy or something like that.
Chocolate.
That's what
I don't know why.
I think I really wanted to eat chocolate that day or something.
Yeah. Anyway, we can revisit at some point, but like you can have a premise like that is, and like I don't know much more than you what's caused this curse or disease or whatever, right? So want to discover it with you, and step by step, right? Dice still say nobody should fill with spam the photon torpedo button on the.
Well, that's how you do it.
Yeah. In most horror games, it seemed like you need a lot of clues. Player miss them unless the clues literally fall on them. Yeah, or in Crispy's case, get them out of the tree.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a good point, man. I don't know. I mean, I was one Crispy not dying away from revealing a ghost.
Remember, like the horror game, the Thanksgiving horror game.
Yeah,
that was a no prep as well, right?
Yep.
That's fun.
And I think we did achieve like some horror element in that game for sure.
Yeah.
But there was obviously like
the
no
house
premise.
was in some sort of blackness or something. I don't remember. It's crazy.
Oh, it was.
And there was like some stranger like looking through your house from outside.
That's a good point.
And the dead mother calling on the phone.
Yeah, it was just like crazy shit happening.
Yeah, and making it up as we go, and like we're figuring it out. And when you pick on something, I'm gonna lean more on. I don't know. I think it's you.
I think that's a good example of a solid horror theme for sure.
Yeah, I did a few horror no prep.
Yeah.
In a row. I would always fucking roll horror. Prep is good. I like prep. There you go.
Yeah, there's my man.
There's the answer.
That's the answer.
Yeah. Crispy definitely had the bad ending.
Yes,
I
find
you can almost count on it.
Yep.
Yeah. Crispy loved to have his character die.
I do.
Bit of a Wendigo vibe.
Yeah.
I got this vibe as well at some point.
Yeah, I did with the eye.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah.
Thank you.
Always nice seeing the group together. Hello, guys. I have the Never Wake the Bugbear podcast. I got it right.
Close. Nobody wake
Never
the
wake.
Bugbear podcast.
Nobody wake. Oh, damn it.
Next time.
Yeah. Martin Webb said it seemed a bit low stake, a bit mundane, and at some point, like it did feel like
Yeah. That's fair.
just a wolf hunt.
It is
Yep.
a wolf hunt.
But I think that's also something with the horror, and we didn't think at first that this would be the last session. We ended it because Crispy died again.
I was gonna have like 5 more
Sorry.
sessions.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
Crispy died.
Yeah. But
There's planning again. There was that planning again.
Mhm.
and I think in horror,
Yep.
you need to have like to establish this kind of mundanity at some point, right? Because like the horror is when like things break the mundane. So I think I was right. I think that's it. Anything else that we're gonna touch on?
No, I think that's good.
You want to talk about plans?
I took the wheel, eh? Sorry, Phil, you're supposed to be the one hosting.
Whatever. Take the. Do you guys want to talk about plan? We're talking about plans now. See how I took over
Okay.
again?
Yep.
What do you mean, fans?
So our next campaign ideas. Do you
Right.
guys-
Oh, can we not talk about that tonight because it's starting to be a bit late?
Yeah, it is a bit late.
But we're
Yes,
gonna play another
and that's gonna be
campaign.
the topic. Yes, we're gonna play another campaign. I don't know if we're gonna play another campaign the next night. Maybe we do some short game first, right? Just a palate cleanser.
Yeah,
Or-
maybe a few 1 or 2 sessions,
But let's
or they go right into a campaign. We could just go right into the campaign. We'll see what
we could.
happens.
I'm not completely opposed to it. I'm just
Because we
suggesting.
might start off with just, hey, there's going to be maybe 2 or 3 sessions, and then 2 or 3
Yeah.
sessions in, we're like, there's some more. There's some
How
more.
bad do you guys want to return to ancient Greece?
The ancient
I'm
Greece.
kind of into it, to be honest.
Kind of
That
into
was-
it. Yeah.
That was kind of fun, wasn't
Going
it?
back to
That
with
was
those
kind of
characters,
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
we do a bit of a time skip,
Yeah.
Mhm.
maybe.
Maybe
Because
we
like you,
we do a game
Mhm.
where it's like we both know that we're buddies. I kind of forgot what I was doing. I like ran off to go spy.
you
on something.
you were
You were his
you were going to
steward.
warn people.
Mhm.
warn. Oh, and
Warn.
we're gonna join the Persians.
Yes. We're gonna go walk with the Persian, and then you're gonna warn like some the people that they're about to attack or some shit, and we're
Maybe
gonna kind
time-
of double cross them.
We time skip to when we're both in the same town, meeting in a clandestine way.
Or maybe something like that. I'll be down to go back to that. But also like there's this. It could be also interesting to see the scene when you go warm the town. So there's that, and
Yeah.
it could be interesting to see the scene where me and I forgot the name of the Severin. Was it his name? The
I
bad
don't know.
guy. But like
Yeah,
this
The other guy.
the other guy, like
Yeah. Rich
now
guy.
we're at my villa waiting for the Persian and
Oh,
the
yeah.
the other Greek coming, right? And we're
Yeah.
supposed to tell them like, yes, my guy's gonna work for you, and then like
Mhm.
kind of like a
Get the
double
payoff.
cross. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
I think you're supposed to warm them. I don't know. They're supposed to, the idea I think is like we get my mercenary to work for those guys, but not really. And then like when the conflict come, they betray, they turn cold,
Mhm. Mhm.
some shit like
Like
that.
Robert the Bruce on Braveheart.
Something like that.
You're
Yeah.
Robert the Bruce.
I'm Robert the Brucing this thing.
You're Ro-
Yeah.
And then the Persian guy's gonna go, oh no, he's Robert the Brucing me.
On Thursday, we talked about having a tear off your skin.
All right. What's the
You set up
subject?
for that?
I don't know.
I had a
Or
subject
we
I wanted-
could do the tweaker.
Oh, we could do the tweaker.
Yeah.
If we had time, the super tweaker for Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
What if
We
we
could do
just
that.
kind of focused on our characters? Or is that a good way to do it? Or-
Mhm.
And then Crispy just gets to focus on all
All the things going on.
the things.
What do you mean, like focus on our characters, like the?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a way to like manage 20 sessions worth of tweakers.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Just take the memorable things. What stands out in your mind? Why?
Probably
Are
do
we-
one for each character.
Yeah.
Are we going like positive, or are we going like the thing that should have been like improved?
Notable.
Either one. It's fine.
Yeah. Notable things.
Yeah.
You're
I think
allowed to
either
give
one
your,
would be good.
you're allowed to give yourself a positive on tweakers, but it
Mhm.
should be also negative.
Mhm.
Really just pointing out role-playing strategy, I would
Yeah.
say.
Well, like a peek behind the curtain. What was behind your mind when you did that? Like, what were you thinking? Why did you do it this way?
I'm definitely going to talk about because a little teaser.
Sure.
Yeah.
Talking about Eli, that scene where he is saying, like, where he's like doing the bomb,
Mhm.
where he like
Yeah.
decides to go disarm the bomb with no demolition experience. It's like, yeah, piece of cake. I
Yeah.
really like this.
One scene that come to my mind for some reason, I don't know, it's when we were talking with the eel.
Ah, the eel. Yeah.
I really like that scene. Like for the tension there was in that scene.
Yeah,
That's one I'd like to talk about. I need to find it. Where
Yeah.
it's-
We should find that one.
Yep.
Another scene I liked a lot was when Brick is when we're like discussing if we're going to give away the server or something, and you say easy
Oh,
come
yeah.
easy go, and I go, will you put your head out of your ass or something like that.
Yeah.
Or hard to come hard to go, or I don't know.
What about
That whole
something
like,
like that?
discussion that we had was
Like what? That wasn't easy to come.
not
It's hard. So I thought it's hard to go. Something like.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was an interesting. Like, yeah,
was
they had an
fun.
interesting relationship, but like.
I wonder what I would
Anyway.
pick for. Yeah.
Okay, so is that what we're doing on Thursday? Super Tweaker.
You gonna
Sounds
be
good.
down for that, Crispy? Or
Yeah, it should be there.
Okay.
Should be there.
clips?
And maybe next week, we're gonna session 0, the next thing happening.
Yeah.
Not me.
Oh yeah, you're on
I'm
I'm gone
holidays.
for a week. I'm going to a national park.
Oh, fun.
Well, then maybe it's gonna be in October then. Well, later October.
Definitely be October. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're in October now, motherfucker.
Yeah, we
If
are.
you're in the
I
Eastern
still
time
got
zone.
another 20 minutes of
Yeah.
September.
Spooky season. Go put your bats out.
Wow, we got to get this horror thing. I don't know. I kind of feel like we need to do it again. Do another horror
it
game.
again. I don't feel like the pressure of the holidays.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, I'm
that's
not
good.
gonna-
Good for you.
Sort of a Halloween reasons. That makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll
Hey.
see you on Thursday then.
I'll say goodbye then.
Yeah.
Since I'm the host.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for showing up, y'all. Appreciate you watching our video, The Harvest. Did we succeed at a horror game? Was it just sort of like a guys hanging out at finding a wolf? I don't know. But more suspenseful than maybe a CR1 creature should have been. But thanks for watching. Y'all have a great evening. God bless. Happy October. Gentlemen, it's good
All right.
talking to you.
Take care out. I'm pressing the button now. I have
Press
to press
the
the button
button.
even though you're hosting.